The African spurred tortoise is the largest mainland tortoise, easily reaching 30 inches, 76 centimeters in length, and well over 100 pounds, 45 kilograms, in heft. Some males even reach 200 pounds, 90 kilograms. It is surpassed only by the island dweller, tortoises from Aldabra and Galapagos. This tortoise is a popular pet. It is bred and sold throughout the US. But as cute as the babies are, they grow quickly and, as mentioned, get extremely large. Many owners find them to be unmanageable and in need of a new home. They are curious, intelligent reptiles with lively personalities, especially when young. It is also called the sulcate tortoise, spurred tortoise, and African spur-thigh tortoise turtles. And tortoises are a very old group of reptiles, going back about 220 million years. Of all wildlife with backbones, turtles and tortoises are the only ones that also have a shell, made up of 59 to 61 bones, covered by plates called scutes, which are made of keratin, like our fingernails. They cannot crawl out of it because the shell is permanently attached to the spine and the rib cage. The shell's top is called the carapace, and the bottom is the plastron. They can feel pressure and pain through their shells, just as you can feel pressure through your fingernails. Turtle or tortoise? It depends on who you ask or where you are in the world, but most people recognize tortoises as terrestrial or land-loving, with stubby feet, better for digging than swimming, and a heavy, dome-shaped carapace. Aquatic and semi-aquatic turtles are known as just that, turtles. Turtles tend to have more webbed feet, but not always, and their shells are more flat and streamlined. Cool, dense. Given the sizzling hot climate where it lives, where days can reach 120 degrees Fahrenheit, 49 degrees Celsius, this tortoise digs dens up to 10 feet, 3 meters deep, to recline in during the heat of the day. These underground havens are significantly cooler than the air above ground, dipping into the 70s, 20 Celsius. These dens are often the only respite for other wildlife as well, so they reuse abandoned tortoise burrows. Going green. In their native habitat, these tortoises eat grasses, flowers, weeds, and cacti. Like all tortoises, they are herbivores. Excessive protein and lack of proper lighting, diet, calcium, and vitamin D3 can lead to irregular bone growth and carapace deformities. Tortoises at the San Diego Zoo eat chopped greens, Bermuda hay, and Missouri tortoise diet pellets. This tortoise can go weeks without food or water, and when they find a water source, it can drink up to 15% of its body weight. Another day. The spurred tortoise is most active during the rainy season, between July and October. It is crepuscular in habit, meaning it leaves the den to forage at dawn and at dusk. It warms itself in the morning sun to raise its body temperature after the chill of night. The tortoise will become inactive during extreme temperatures and will hole up in an underground den. A sulcate tortoise could die of hyperthermia if it falls on its back during the heat of the day. In our care, these tortoises require a spacious, well-heated, dry terrarium of solid structure, as they are quite strong and very active. They are capable of running and burrowing quite well. When Harry meets Shelley, breeding occurs any time between June and the following March, though it is thought to be more common after the rains from September to November. Males become aggressive and can be seen plowing into one another to flip over the competition. They will ram and bite other tortoises while uttering grunts, croaks, and whistles. They are very vocal during breeding. After mating, the female will dig 4 or 5 nests before she decides which one will best suit her clutch of 15 to 30 eggs. On average, She lays an egg every 3 minutes. She covers the eggs, where they will incubate for around 8 months. Hatchlings are feisty and aggressive toward one another. Tortoise poop is usually colored brown to greenish brown. Usually their poop is solid and firm, except they eat something they shouldn't. They also have 3 types of excreta: poop, urine, and another called urates. The vent area or cloaca at the base of the tail should be flush, not swollen or crusty, and without smears of watery feces. If a tortoise appears healthy, but has watery feces, it could be a sign of a parasitic disease and should be checked and treated. That all depends upon how much you feed him. There are no set answers. Most tortoises poop daily, sometimes more than once a day. However, what you feed him today isn't what comes out tomorrow. Compare the tortoise to a fully matured specimen. Most reach their maximum size at about 15-20 years old. Count the rings on a tortoise's shell to estimate its age. Each ring may indicate about 1 year the tortoise has lived. However, tortoises are unique animals that have a shell, which is their exoskeleton, on the outside of their bodies. This exoskeleton gives its body its hard shape that protects it. In addition, they have an endoskeleton, or inner skeleton, that gives the inside of its body structure and support too. Tortoises have a special skeleton. The bow turtles spend most of their life in the water and usually have webbed feet for swimming spurs. The spur in their name comes from the spikes, or spurs, that can sometimes be seen on their hind legs. They also have some long, pointy scales on their front legs, which are used to block off the front opening of their shell and to help them dig. Tortoises have club-like forelegs and elephantine hind legs.